Birds of Prey is basically about Harley Quinn moving on from the breakup with Joker, and it uses cheeseburgers to symbolize it. And hold it right there, my friend just told me, which is Mr. Google, that it's actually egg and cheese sandwich, not cheeseburgers. Yeah, my bad. If you hear cheeseburger, just know that I'm wrong, okay? Now here's some of my thoughts about the movie. At first I thought Birds of Prey was a kick-butt girl gang movie with Harley Quinn being the leader, but no, as you can see from the poster itself, Harley Quinn was mentioned exclusively out of the Birds of Prey gang, and if you watch the whole movie, you will also learn to know that too. My question is, why is it not titled Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey? Isn't that sound better? But I guess Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn fits the craziness of the movie. So the story they did with the movie was very simple, probably borderline overdone, but I actually really like how they executed it. It basically just go like this: the Joker and Harley broke up and she realizes that she does not have Mr. J's protection anymore. So of course, most of the people that is mad with Harley for specific reasons, and I do mean specific, is coming to kill her. So alongside going to the moving on phase with her ex, she also has to run away from these people who wants to kill her. Now mainly she is running away from Roman Sionis, aka Black Mass, which is currently at the time the biggest gangster in Gotham. I don't know why Joker is not anymore, but I guess Joker wanted to go back to being the clown prince as he should be. So yeah, of course, to survive she made a couple of friends, and that's basically the gist of Birds of Prey. Now I'm going into mild spoilers territory. If you don't want to be mild spoilered, you can mute this movie and watch me draw, I guess. Now a quarter way into the movie, we were met with the scene of Harley getting turned on by a cheeseburger. Or simply you could just say that she was just stress eating and using the and really wanting the cheeseburger to release her stress. But no, I don't think so. I think the cheeseburger means something else. I think her longiness to the cheeseburger is meant that how she is slowly realizing her long lost freedom from Mr. J. About a few moments later, Harley was unable to finish her cheeseburger because she fell and unfortunately couldn't save the cheeseburger, and it was thrown onto the road, resulting in her being really devastated. And to me, the cheeseburger falling onto the road means that she could not have freedom yet. She needs to fix her life first before she can move on. And she also said that herself when she realized she had a target on her back and she couldn't ignore it. She must do something about it. And that reminds me of a breakup, even though I haven't gone through a breakup before, but I've read something about it. So yeah, I guess the transition from being in a relationship to single is quite hard from what I've heard, especially if you devoted your whole life to it. So you must tie some loose ends of the relationship before you can move on, right? And you can really see it in the movie. At first she was devastated and in denial, but then she was really aggressive about it. Then she was just sad, and when she finally had a friend to distract her from her emotions and just really talk, she fully realizes how she can do most of the things herself without Mr. J, and she had done it before too. At the end of the movie, she fully accepts herself that people shouldn't just be scared of Mr. J, they should be scared of her too. In a breakup, that could mean she can really take care of herself and doesn't really have to rely on her ex, and she can put her life back on track. And if Mr. J really wants her back, he himself could find her on his own. Nowadays, even villains have glow-ups. I love it. And to complete the character arc in the movie, we finally see the cheeseburger at the end of the movie with the help of a friend given to Harley, which to me means that for now she was happy with herself and her friends, and she would enjoy the freedom she got, which is basically eating the cheeseburger. And I love that about the movie. Now, on to more things I love about the movie. The action sequences, man, that was so good. I really like the recent DC movies where they film the action sequences really wide. Some of the action choreography was so creative and really depicts how Harley Quinn battles in comics and in games. And the reason I love Harley so much in games is that she is very resourceful and she is a very smart character. She literally have a PhD. She can beat that with her slim body and slim legs, and they really showed it in the movie. She really knows how to use her leg, which is so reminiscent to the games I played, and she can really read people because she has this PhD in psychology, which is awesome to see in a villain. And yes, this might be me biasing towards her character, but I'm really sorry about that because I really had a really long crush on Harley Quinn. And I also like how the editing is consistent with the Suicide Squad one, but a whole lot better. It's like the movie is saying, here's what we could have done better with Suicide Squad. We're sorry about it. We're sorry it flopped. So here's a little bit better one. The movie was so vivid and bright, and it didn't take itself too seriously, and I really like about that. And the amount of violence was enough to satisfy an 18-year-old boy. Yes, if you couldn't have guessed, this was my first R-rated movie at the cinema. My mom was not entirely happy about it. But I had fun. It's a good first R-rated movie for 18-year-old people who just really want to have fun watching a movie with their friends. I like how the members of the Birds of Prey has nothing to do with each other, but when they realize they work well together, they can really kick butt and give Batman some cleaning up in the city. I really like Huntress. I like how she was so insecure of herself, but couldn't realize how badass she was until people told her.
What?
You are so cool.
And then she started accepting herself that way, and she was better with the gang. But I also wish there was more characterization on the villain. I wish we get to know a bit more about Roman Sionis, because we just know him as the bad guy, and that's pretty much it. Like, the other characters have their own unique backstory that I really appreciated. They didn't do that with Suicide Squad, and I really appreciated it with this movie. But they still didn't do it for Black Mask, and we get a brief backstory, but I don't think it's enough. I think we need to know him more than just the bad guy. And I would love to see the Birds of Prey gang learn more about themselves with the help of each other, like what they did with Harley. I'm not saying that it's not done, but I wish there were more of that. And for me, a little problem that I encountered with the movie was I don't like how they made mostly the guys that had anything to do with the plot as the bad guys, and the girls had anything to do with the plot is the good guys. Because for me, in a realistic world, at least there's like a good amount of men and women in the bad guys and good guys industry, sort of. So yeah, that was like my small problem with it. Although I do appreciate how they didn't push like the feminism aspect right down our throats like some other movies. And yeah, it was a really fun time, and I really enjoyed the experience. My advice for you going to this movie is don't really put some high expectations. Just expect to see some good action sequence, and yeah, DC really improving themselves little by little. Now, I will go and buy myself a cheeseburger now, because talking about cheeseburger has making me craving one.